W invited me here. He says sugar is not the problem with your teeth. Sugar. I learned many years ago that sugar is the problem with their teeth. And sugar is why you have teeth problems and conditions. Yes, you see, back when I was a young lad, we learned that sugar was responsible for all of our teeth problems. Here's a bowl of sugar here. Brown sugar. No wonder. I wonder why everybody's losing their teeth. Ooh, all the delights and cakes. I brought my glass of wine. Glass of wine, there's no sugar in wine, you see? You can treat yourself to a glass of wine anytime you like. It doesn't matter. What is this? AW doesn't stock the best of wines. Yes. Made my pipe taste good. I want to give everybody a tutorial here. Dr. Frick here. I want to show you how you should brush your teeth every day. After you have your delights, and you have all your chocolate cake. I've had 2 or 3 glasses of wine already. This is a little extra curriculum. I'm helping out AW tonight. I see he's been working hard trying to teach you all kinds of manners about brushing your teeth. I'm going to show you how I brush my teeth here. Now what I do is I take the brush after I've had 3 or 4 glasses of wine. And then I have also a bar of chocolate, which AW has here is a nice big bar of chocolate. Chocolate and wine. What I do is I take the toothbrush and I brush like this to each tooth. Yes, I make sure I brush all my implants and I make sure I brush my bridge back here too because I have a bridge. Yes. And then what I do is I have a crown over here. Yes, right here. I brush the crown very good. Yes. Oh, yes. And I have an implant here and an implant here. Yes, well, all of us doctors have that. Okay. I'm getting quite bored here. Yes. I invited another doctor friend to come on board. I know. He's a good friend of all of ours. And the thing is this doctor friend here, would you like, you what? Oh, Dr. Nesbitt. Dr. Nesbitt is an old colleague of mine. He's a surgeon and he's a board certified psychiatrist. Yes, thank you for the counseling session the other day. Oh yes, you know I have all kinds of problems. Dr. Nesbitt, he wants a little suck on the pipe here. There you go. Dr. Nesbitt always needs a good pipe here and there. Dr. Nesbitt, what would you like out of all these tasty delights? You would like the wine? I don't know, Dr. Nesbitt. Dr. Nesbitt, stop. Stop, Dr. Nesbitt, now. Dr. Nesbitt, I don't know if you actually have a chicken disease that's going to get into my wine. Dr. Nesbitt, no. Dr. Nesbitt likes to get drunk occasionally. Now, what kind of delight would you... Ooh, you like the popcorn. Dr. Nesbitt just told me he likes the popcorn. Dr. Nesbitt, would you like some popcorn here? Okay. Dr. Nesbitt does like the popcorn, as you can see. TikTok! God, TikTok! What are we doing on TikTok? I told my doctor colleagues I'd never go on TikTok, ever. Ever go on TikTok. Yes, it's unprofessional to go on TikTok. There's doctors on TikTok? What are they doing on there? Are they giving advice? Where all the words come on and they go, ooh, and they go, ooh, and they go, ooh, and they go, ooh. TikTok. And then everybody does a dance. They all do a dance routine. I know. Dr. Nesbitt's going to get on TikTok and do a dance routine. Oh, Marissa says, Marissa? Who's Marissa? I can't stop laughing. Somebody said, what the huck? What? Yes, dentist is never? Oh, okay. Everybody's on. Did you hear about the Apple Podcast? Medical Medium Podcast at Apple Podcasts. Yes, teeth. Everybody's getting drilled. Or should I say everyone's getting drilled? Okay. Well, we've had our day here. I think we shall give everybody else a try. Dr. Nesbitt? Dr. Nesbitt? You want to show everybody how you brush your teeth? Dr. Nesbitt does want to show you how he brushes his teeth. Dr. Nesbitt, do you want to show everybody? Dr. Nesbitt says you have to do this. You have to brush these bottom ones just like this. You see what Dr. Nesbitt's doing? Now, Dr. Nesbitt has all his teeth. Dr. Nesbitt? Okay, Dr. Nesbitt, that's enough. Dr. Nesbitt, that's enough. Dr. Nesbitt? Dr. Nesbitt? Dr. Nesbitt really likes his toothbrush. He's going to take it home. Okay. Dr. Nesbitt, would you like to go? You have surgery to do, I think. Okay. Dr. Nesbitt, you're not going to take the wine tonight? No? Dr. Nesbitt's going back to surgery. Okay, I'm going to go find AW. And I'm going to take my wine and go sit down on the couch. Yes, I'm going to read a medical book. And on the couch there. And I'm going to look more into the sugar thing. Yes, indeed. Okay. I will be back. Hey guys, I'm back. So we're talking about teeth. Did you check out the new podcast episode? We had a tech glitch in one of the last lives, and we're here again. It's unbelievable. So yeah, make sure you listen to the Medical Medium Podcast at Apple Podcasts on Apple Podcast. Okay, that's important right there. So anyway, the whole point, you guys, just so you know, I am here. We're talking about teeth, the whole bit. I know so many people are going through so much trouble with their teeth. The point is yes, you get a good dentist, right? You get work done. Yep, of course, right? But how do we protect our teeth so they're not falling apart as time goes on? How do we protect our teeth so that we actually stay safe with our teeth along the way and we don't lose our teeth? Because so many people lose their teeth. They got molars missing. They got front teeth missing. They got bottom teeth missing. So it's really important to take care of our teeth. Link is in the description. The episode I just released last night is called Teeth. Everyone's Getting Drilled. It's free. It's intense. There's a lot of information. The details matter. Just so you guys know, right? Details matter. It's packed with information. And so you might want to listen to it if you get a chance. It's really good info, of course. And no commercials, no advertisements or commercials. That's what's incredible. It's the #1 podcast with no commercials. No one's ever done that, but we like to do that. That's the difference here. So you guys, we're talking about sugar earlier today, and I want to talk about it a little bit more for a minute. No matter where you go, no matter who you talk to, sugar is the destroyer of teeth you'll hear. So you'll hear that out there. Sugar is. And it makes people shy away from fruit. It makes them shy away from bananas, mangoes, papayas, cherries, berries, apples. It makes them afraid to eat the foods that actually help our teeth. And that's what happens out there because we think we lump all sugar as the same. That's what professionals do out there. That's what health advocates do, professionals, whatever. They lump sugar all together and then they're afraid of having a piece of fruit. Olivia Lett says, it's really an incredible podcast, groundbreaking science as usual. Nobody knows that advanced science. Incredible, Olivia. Incredible that you listen to it. So honored and thank you for being here again, right? Kara says, I just listened to your podcast on teeth, was really curious about the not doing everything at once. Is that just for teeth? So not doing everything at once. So you can baby step to take care of yourself and your health. You know, some people do lemon water, celery juice. Some people do the 369 advanced cleanse. Some people do the mono cleanse. Some people do protocols for their autoimmune, and every bit counts. You know, you got to customize too. But the key is, right? The key is to make sure that you don't fall into fruit fear, because the fruit fear will get everybody every time. And I'll tell you why. What happens is that when we get fruit fear, we then get afraid of the things we need. And that's how it always works. And we end up eating chocolate once again. We end up eating all the chocolate. That's the thing we do. So we go for that because we're not getting our fruit sugar. We're not getting our glucose, right? So when it comes down to fruit, you're getting your minerals, your trace minerals to help restore your teeth. Fruit is alkaline,
Remember that. Alkaline is the way to go. It's not about sugar. Sugar isn't why people have teeth problems, okay? We'll cover that in another minute. So it's about being alkaline internally, but we can't be alkaline when we're eating everything that's not alkaline. And, you know, people say, well, no, that's not true. You know, I eat really good. Or, you know, I eat lean protein, I'm keto, or I'm vegan and I'm keto, and I eat beans and I eat nut butters and all that's acidic. So we actually eat acidic foods. That's all we do. So we eat lots of acidic foods. They don't digest well. They don't break down well in the stomach. That's what happens. You know, they don't break well in the stomach, and boom. So somebody said, hey, we lost 250 people really quick in a blip. Yeah, that's what happens on here all the time. People actually get kicked off all the time on the Medical Medium Lives, not by us. So you guys, Medical Medium Podcast at Apple Podcasts just launched 3 new episodes. You guys got to check it out when you get a chance. Teeth. Everyone's getting drilled. Important, pertinent information, critical information to protect yourself, right? Doreen says, such common sense. Fruit is alkaline. Fruit is actually alkaline. It's about what's happening inside the body, right? Inside your stomach, your intestinal tract, your gut, your liver. It's about what's happening here that protects here. That's the key. What happens in here protects here, right? That's how it works. So we protect our teeth by what we're doing inside here, okay? So people walk around with stomachs that aren't working good, low hydrochloric acid. They don't break down their proteins. They rot. Ammonia happens. Ammonia creeps up into the mouth when you're sleeping at night. So let's cover ammonia for a couple of minutes. So here's what happens, right? We're really acidic. More than that, our HCl doesn't work. More than that, our bile reserves are low. We don't break down our proteins. We don't break down our food, right? Our fats and protein. It goes rancid, and then we go to bed. We lay in bed, and ammonia from the gut creeps up like the ghost in the night. Creeps up the esophagus, right? Goes into the mouth, and it sits into the mouth while you're sleeping. When that ammonia sits in the mouth while you're sleeping, it goes into the gums and teeth. It has an ability to basically travel through bone. That's what ammonia does. Travels through bone, which is your teeth, and it weakens them. And people end up having weakened teeth along the way. So what happens is, when your proteins and your fats aren't digesting well, because it's not digesting well for virtually almost everybody, all that gas build up in the gut, right? That putrefaction, that rancid fat builds up. All that ammonia gets produced from it putrefying, travels up the esophagus, sits in your mouth at night when you're sleeping, and starts to break down the teeth. This process can break people's teeth down real fast, real quick. And then things can start falling apart from there, right? So back to the whole sugar thing, right? Sugar isn't the problem. It's the other stuff sugar is with. So it's the other things, like I was showing you guys earlier, okay? This chocolate cake isn't all sugar, see? So when someone says, oh, I quit sugar, or I'm avoiding sugar, sugar's the problem, that's where it is. They're only benefiting not because they're avoiding sugar, they're benefiting because they're avoiding the lard and the butter and the dyes and the chemicals and the additives, right? And the hydrogenated oils, right? And you can even be doing a healthier piece of cake, but that could have vegetable oils in it. That can still have other things in it. And you might think butter's healthy and you just got butter in your cake. But either way, what happens is it's the fats, or you got eggs in your cake. Either way, it's the fats that actually cause the problem. It's not the sugar. And so what people don't realize, right? People will be like, well, don't have apple pie because all that sugar. They actually call this sugar. I see it for years. I've seen it for years. I see it now. People say, oh, you don't want a piece of pie, so much sugar. Yeah, they put a half a cup of sugar in a pie. They'll put a cup of sugar in a pie when they make one, but you wouldn't believe how much fat, lard, and butter is in the pie. That's where the culprit is. Now, processed sugar is not good for us by itself. We don't just eat sugar all day long. This is brown sugar right here. We're not like, did you have your bowl of sugar today? Did you have like your whole bowl of sugar today? This is really good. I'm just going to have my whole bowl of sugar right now. Did you have one? I have it 3 times a day. So I eat a whole bowl of brown sugar 3 times a day, you guys. I better quit my sugar. I'm having way too much sugar. No, that's not what happens. People get all this fat involved with their food, like the ice cream. People think ice cream is sugar. That's what they think. They're always like, yeah, too much sugar in that ice cream. You hear it all the time. That's the problem, right? That's not the problem. It's actually the fat in the ice cream, right? And the protein, the milk proteins, right? And the fat. They don't break down. They don't digest well. They rot in the stomach and your teeth go. That's how it works. Marissa Spiritual says, thank you so much for bringing Dr. Nesbitt out, AW. Yeah, Dr. Nesbitt wanted to come out. So I'm really glad he did. So anyway, Shalini says, if I do not have iPhone, how can I listen to Apple Podcasts? Go to Spotify, but I can't guarantee it's not going to be glitched out, right? We noticed that Apple Podcasts, right? And I've always said that, Medical Meeting Podcast at Apple Podcasts, it's never censored, it's never glitched out. It's so far we've been really fortunate. So, but if you don't have your iPhone, just Spotify, right? That's what I would do. So anyway, you guys, back to what we're talking about, the teeth episode. You got to check it out when you get a chance. It's an amazing episode in the sense that it has a lot of detailed information about how to protect our teeth. And that's the key, because we can go to the dentist, we can brush our teeth, but why are they still falling apart, right? For so many people. So, and I've always said it, right? Teeth are like time capsules, right? They fall apart, they crumble from within years later. And we don't know why, but they do. And then if you're trying something new and your teeth happen to be falling apart in that moment when you're trying something new, you think it was because of what you were doing right there in that moment. Meanwhile, your teeth were on the trajectory of falling apart. They were already on that trajectory of falling apart. It's all about timing. When do they fall apart? Do they fall apart when you're taking a trip one day and you're going to think that trip did it? Are they falling apart when you went swimming that day? Next thing you know, that week, it's like, oh, why am I having a tooth problem now? I got to go to a dentist. Was it because I went swimming that week? It's all about timing. Did it fall apart because you tried a new diet that week, right? It just doesn't happen that quick, right? But it falls apart as we're doing stuff. We're doing stuff for years. We're doing coffee. We're doing vinegar. You can talk to like virtually anybody in health, okay? Except for maybe like a lot of the medical medium community. But you can talk to virtually anybody in health and they're still eating vinegar. Heck, they're taking vinegar shots. They're doing vinegar gummies. Like, people in health are doing vinegar all the time, but it's like, whoa, that's a way to kill your teeth real bad. Jill Anderson says, I recently heard an influencer talking about waiting to brush your teeth after you have a smoothie or after you eat fruit. Yeah, well, that makes perfect sense as far as for an influencer to say that. That's misinformation. But exactly, that influencer thought fruit sugar was going to destroy your teeth. Now, think about that message, right? Now, if I was to hear that and I was somebody, a follower to this influencer, and I heard that and they were like, so yeah, what I like to do is after I have my smoothie, after I have my piece of fruit, here's a mango right here. After I have my piece of fruit, everybody, what I do is I brush my teeth afterwards, okay? So make sure fruit scares the shit out of all of you. Because you know what? You're going to all lose your teeth. That's why I'm brushing my teeth after I have my fruit, you guys. So yeah, like, make sure I scare you to death about eating fruit. Oh, I'm having my fruit. I'm having my smoothie, but I got to brush my teeth after because you're going to lose your teeth. My dentist told me I'm going to lose all my teeth because after my fruit smoothie, I better brush my teeth, right? So yeah, I mean, exactly, right? So that's how it works. So then people are going to be scared. That's what they're going to be scared of, right? But you want to wait to brush your teeth. You want to wait to brush your teeth at different times. You don't have to worry about that point. That doesn't make sense. But if you have chocolate, you might want to brush your teeth after you had all that chocolate, right? So they're going to worry about fruit and fruit acids. Fruit acids are alkaline. Fruit acids don't hurt teeth. Fruit acids actually kill bad bacteria in your mouth, but they'll go and eat chocolate. They'll have a chocolate bar and not brush their teeth afterwards, right? That's the time, if you want to brush your teeth and you're worried about something, you brush them after coffee and chocolate, right? And so the thing is, they're trying to brush their teeth after they eat fruit because they think they're worried about acid from the fruit and fruit sugar. They're thinking they're worried about both that, right? So people always worry, oh, is fruit acidic? It's not, it's actually alkaline. It helps somebody is what it does. It helps you. It's alkaline. When fruit hits the digestive system and actually enters the mouth, like lemon water, it's instantly alkaline. Deb says, I don't use vinegar. That's amazing, Deb. That's so good. So many people use vinegar and don't even know it. I'm glad you know that you don't, right? And that's key. But vinegar is hidden, Deb. Make sure you figure that out. Now, you might not actually use vinegar where you open up the vinegar bottle and you're pouring it on something. You might not be using it that way. But is it any condiments in there? Is it in something like that in the refrigerator? Is it in your salsas? Is it in some salsa you had at a restaurant? Did you have a salad dressing at a restaurant? Did you have like anything like that? There's packaged food with dehydrated vinegar on it. I saw kale chips out there with dehydrated vinegar in it, right? Like it's all that stuff. It's hidden everywhere, so you got to kind of look out for it, right? Misty Lewis says, yeah, before my dentist told me to stop my lemons and fruits, so I just don't tell him anymore, laugh out loud, that I already restarted it at full speed ahead. Well, that's what they do. The dentist will tell you to stay away from your lemons, stay away from your fruit, is what they do. But what the dentist doesn't tell you, right, is that all these patients the dentist has that are losing their teeth, getting all the dental work done, all the fillings and everything else, they weren't using lemons as a primary diet source. They weren't using fruit as a primary diet source. So if you go into a dentist office and you sit in the waiting room and you're like, hi, my name is, what? Do you eat lemons too? Tons of them every day? And what happens is people are going to be like, no, what are you talking about? Lemons? Like what? Lemon meringue pie? You got to check out the episode, right? It's called Teeth. Everyone's getting drilled, and it's Medical Bean Podcast at Apple Podcasts, you guys. That's the best place to listen to it. Check it out there, right? New episode, third episode of the season. Check it out. I did the first episode on supplements, second episode on lemon water. So you got to make sure you listen to the lemon water episode. And then, of course, listen to the teeth episode too, which is really cool. Olivia says you got a good dentist. I hope people have great dentists. So mineral deficiencies, I talk about that during this episode. Inherited toxins and poisons from the family line. So we pass on poisons and toxins like DDT down the family line, toxic heavy metals, right? So it's more than just food. That's why someone's eating a certain way, but they don't have any cavities. Somebody else is eating the same way, but they have a lot of cavities because we have lowered immune systems. That's a key right there. Bad bacteria, right, in our body. That's another key there. Low-grade viral infections, mineral deficiencies, heavy metals. Mercury is a big one. If someone's high in mercury, they're going to have more teeth problems. And I'm not even talking about amalgams. So you guys, I also talk about amalgams in this episode. So if any of you guys have mercury fillings, silver fillings still in your mouth, you might want to hear this, right? Nance says, I think my teeth issues were from doing the vinegar every morning for years and years. Diet crap, etc. Now I drink lemon water. Incredible. I've seen the vinegar do so much damage for so many years for people. And when people think they can use a straw and that's all they need is a straw and then just bypass your teeth, it doesn't work. They're misinformed because it's the vinegar entering into the body itself. The body then has a reaction to the vinegar. What the body does is the body has to neutralize the vinegar too acidic. So acidic, the body can go into acidosis. So to stop the human body, somebody's body from going into acidosis, it has to release calcium from your teeth and bones. So the only way to protect yourself when you're drinking vinegar, taking a vinegar shot, apple cider vinegar in your cooking, in a sauce, in a dressing. The only way to protect yourself from the damaging effects of vinegar is your body actually taking calcium from your bones and teeth to neutralize the acid so you don't get acidosis and your kidneys don't start going downhill. So important to know. Carrie says, my teeth and gums have got much better since drinking lemon water and celery juice. Thank you. Isn't that amazing? Lemon water. Like, that's incredible, right? And you know what? You can do lemon water and you can do limes too. So I got some limes and lemons right here. Maria Adley says, a lot of functional doctors still pushing apple cider vinegar to help with low acid and stomach. Dear God. What apple cider vinegar does, I've talked about this for years, is it destroys your gastric glands. So the very HCl producers, think about this, inside your stomach are gastric glands. They produce HCl. That HCl is your good acid. So if a functional medicine doctor is recommending vinegar, apple cider vinegar, for an acid stomach, what they're doing is they're helping to destroy and basically fry out the gastric glands so you can't produce as much hydrochloric acid to save your butt. It works backwards. It doesn't help. But that's how it works in alternative medicine, right? You just try different things and been there, done that, try things. And not all acids are the same, you guys. It's not the same thing. Bacteria, like Streptococcus, inside your gut produces a different kind of acid. A bad acid, right? That bad acid is different than your hydrochloric acid, your good acid in your stomach. Two different kinds of acids. Really important to know. So this acid is not a remedy for either one. For somebody who has low HCl or someone who has bacteria in their stomach. So that's critical to know, or bacteria inside their intestinal tract. So, and that's why a lot of people, they have so many problems. But what is guaranteed when you do the vinegar route? You're going to have teeth problems down the road unless you do something to turn it around, right? Yeah. And all that's important. So anyway, Jennifer says he's having a hard time being taken he's having a hard enough time being taken seriously. He can't afford to be funny at this point. Well, Jennifer, I try my best. You know, I'm only human. I'm trying to deliver information so it's entertaining as well. And I like having a little bit of fun because I spent 35 years helping people rise out of the ashes from the depths of hell and back to get their lives back. People who were bedridden, couldn't even walk or take a shower, people who needed to get out of their wheelchairs, been helping doctors all these years. And I'm not like seeking credibility. I want people better and healing, keeping a light heart, joy, a little bit of humor can help people who are actually on Mattress Island, right? So it's to keep a light heart, and so that's the whole thing, right? And the skits I do are actually things that happen. So the skits I do, Jennifer, this is important to know. The skits I do, there's truth in the skits. Keep that in mind, right? So when I talk about different things in all these skits, if you look back at all my comedy skits, right? And the parodies and everything I do, you'll see there's something to learn from it. And that's important. The other thing is, if you're sick and you're bedridden or Mattress Island or Couch Island, and you've had like a reduced quality of life because of it, you can't work, you can't exercise, a light heart and a little joy is always a good thing. And I have to think about people who are chronically ill. There's people out there chronically sick and they can use like a giggle. It's so important. Jamie says, fun, fun, fun. Love it. Incredible. Courtney Ann says, no, it's better to be funny. Laughter helps the stress. It does. Lorraine L., good to see you. Don't change, Anthony. We love you the way you are. Not wearing the blue shirt, though. The cool one, though, Lorraine. Thank you. Uma Callie, MM is real. Hey, I'm honored. Michelle L., we need the humor, AW. That's me. Oh, you guys are incredible. Really, really. I mean, you know, I just want to be helpful Intentful Spirit says, I like how casual you are with sharing all this instead of on your soapbox. I'm on my soapbox, everybody. Yep. Soapbox. Let me get on my soapbox here. I tell you what to do for your health every day. Soapbox. Chrissy seemed fine to me. Humor is everything. And Allison Saunders, people learn better and retain better when they're having fun. Scientifically proven, absolutely. And Jamie says, love your comedy, AW. Did I tell you that we're on Twitch, you guys? The new platform, Twitch? Twitch. Every time Twitch. All right. I hope I didn't lose people that time. That's all right. What am I going to do? Carolina says, yes, I like his sense of humor. Exactly. Livia says exactly. Tara says, I like your humor too. Oh my God. Uma says, love comedy skits. I'll try to do more. And then Diana says, be quiet, Jennifer. Okay. And Jennifer Hoden says, he's doing a great thing for the world. You guys are incredible. All right. As long as I'm not doing dog waiting for a bone right now, that's good. That one's really funny. Christine says, why is something so essential for your health like lemons have to taste so bad for some people? They're sour for some people. Michelle L., they are too accurate because it's really how it is. Well, the thing is, the skits are actually filled with information, details, and stuff. And I do some of these skits in the podcast episodes. So if you haven't listened to the Medical Meme Podcast at Apple Podcast, you guys, if you listen to the information, anybody who's worried about like my comedy aspect, like, oh, he's going to lose credibility or something like that, listen to the information, But look, the books are the number one best-selling books, health books in the world right now, because people are healing and it's critical. I think we could have a little fun too. Laia Collins says, bet he's good with kids. Oh, bless your heart. Janelle says, the humor, skits, props make me want to tune in even more, learning a lot. Well, I got a lot of killer food right here too right now, What kind of flavored ice cream do you guys like anyway? Do you guys like vanilla? Or do you guys like, what is your favorite? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, or this green kind? What's the green ice cream cone? That's what I want to know. Is it like mint or something? Is it like, what is it, lime? Key lime? So you guys, check out the podcast episode when you get a chance. Michael Scoots in the house. It's like that Robin Williams movie where he plays the funny, entertaining doctor. Only Anthony and Spirit actually help people heal. Love you, brother. You guys are awesome. So you guys, when it comes down to our teeth, I take teeth seriously, man. Kara Perrin says, some of us have been isolated for years, unable to work, and had multiple treatments shoved down their throat from the wrong people. I know I love having a little chuckle when the process to healing gets tough. Look, my heart pours out to you, by the way. And that's the whole point, is I want to make sure I help in any way. You guys know I'm at your service. I am at your service. You guys know that. You guys know. Jala says, I like your humor too. You are fun. Yay. You guys are incredible. So, when it comes down to teeth, I just want to drop a few things on you guys real quick here, right? The reason why, like, medical medium information uses, like, leafy greens. And I know everybody gets all burned up about this, but the health movement wasn't about leafy greens years ago, okay? And I was always, leafy greens. Eat a pound of spinach. Spinach soup, medical medium spinach soup. And people like iceberg lettuce. Professionals in the health field 25 years ago, okay, 30 years ago, were like iceberg lettuce was it when you said lettuce or a salad, right? And I was like, no, you gotta have your kale, your spinach, you gotta have your different lettuces, your wild lettuces, you have to have all the heirloom lettuces, you have to have, all of it, your mosh, like all the different greens. Arugula is critical. That's where you get those alkaline trace minerals to buffer the acidity. Teeth all fall apart because we're so acidic and mineral deficient that our immune system can't even protect our mouth to stop gum disease and to stop bacteria from eating away our teeth, right? There's people, they go to the dentist, They get their teeth cleaned. They got their teeth all taken care of constantly. They're seeing their dentist once a month, every 2 months. They're brushing, they're flossing, and their teeth are just totally shot, right? Because it's healing deep inside we're talking about. Yvette Hopkins says, love your humor, honored. Thank you for being here, by the way. I'm honored you're here, truly.
I am indeed honored. I'm honored you're here. This is a glass of wine. It's $1,000 a glass. I think that's quite the right price. I'm in Napa Valley. This wine is $52,000 a glass. I think I'll buy the vineyard.
Honored you guys are here. All right. When we do lives later in the day, I think the humor comes out more. If we were doing a live and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think it would be probably the craziest live you've ever seen. So thank God we don't do lives at 1 a.m. because I think I would probably lose all you guys. Like, what is he saying now? Denise says, so lemon water is key to our oral health. Yes, it is, Denise. It's really important. Lemon water, it's about calcium. So you just, look, the calcium in lemon's a whole nother ball game. Okay? Calcium in lemon, whole nother ball game. I'm going to tell you right now. That's the calcium that goes into the teeth. It's this right here. Okay? Very important. Calcium in leafy greens too, but especially like the lemons. So we're getting that calcium and we're neutralizing acid. So a lemon, which seems sour and acidic, right? You think it's hurting your teeth. But what it's doing, it's making your body alkaline so you can save your teeth. That's how it works. Critical. Kelsey Bach, I regrew my receding gums. Kelsey, good to see you. Didn't you get rid of 50 symptoms too? I think like 50 symptoms. Or 54 symptoms too. Listen to the lemon water podcast when you guys get a chance. You know? Definitely. Shell says, my daughter won't drink it if there's lemon in it. Just 1 drop at a time. Put a tiny drop. Carolina, a doctor told my sister to drink red wine because she is anemic. Dear Lord. It's terrible. I mean, listen to the doctor, of course. Doctor's always right. Listen to your doctors. I want you guys to listen to your doctors. But man, I would never offer that to like a doctor friend or a family member. That's the whole point. That's why my advice is in the skits. It's in the wine skits.
I think I'll have some red wine. I think it's going to help my anemia. I'm going to have a bottle of red wine tonight. I think it's going to help my anemia quite right. Yeah.
Alicia, sorry. What's the difference in eating alkaline foods versus drinking alkaline water? Ooh, let's go into that now. If it's spring water, that's naturally alkaline, amazing. If it's the alkaline ionizer water machines, run for your life. Run for your life. Okay? Alkaline ionizer water machines. I can't say enough things about why not to do that, all right? I've talked about it. I've been hammered by the alkaline ionizer water Ponzi scheme, pyramid schemers out there. I've seen it. I've seen what it's done to people over the years. The plates rust and nobody sees it. You get particles of metal. It's the scariest crap. So yeah. Anyway, that's different than natural occurring alkaline water. Much different than that. It's a whole nother story. Yep, R. Rose says, alkaline water is terrible, full of heavy metals. Yes, indeed. Meaning like the machines, the ones that produce it, like alter the water, Frankenstein the water. That's terrifying, actually. Just so you know. Terrifying. So that's important to know. Health with Liz. What, you're live again? Yeah, I'm here again. Good to see you. I had to get back into the game here. I want people's teeth better. I want their teeth better. I go to bed tonight and I'm like, did I do good enough today? When I get into bed and I'm laying there, I'm going to be like, did I try hard enough to get people to listen to the episode, the free episode on the podcast? Did I try hard enough to get them there so they can protect themselves? And then I feel like, did I try hard enough? And I'm like, I better try harder. Hannah, I had generalized gum recession with over 100 symptoms after Botox poisoning. Whoa. And I am healing myself with protocols only for the last 2 years. He actually saved my life. Had I not had this life-saving info, I would be dead by now. Oh my God, Hannah, this breaks my heart, first of all. Just breaks my heart to know you've gone through that, going through all that you've been through. Thank God you're healing. Thank God you're doing the protocols. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. And it's just thanks AW and SOC. Giving SOC credit. Credit where it's due, for sure. I wouldn't know this information. I wouldn't know it if it wasn't for SOC. That's why it's all original, unique information. You guys know medical medium info is not stolen from some paper somewhere or whatever. It's all original. It's all unique, and then taken from there out to the health world. And the health world poaches it in bits and pieces. Susan, you're working hard today. When will we hear about the new book? Where's the buzzer? Ding, 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 ding. You said the magic word. Ding, ding, ding. You guys, did you pre-order? Because there ain't going to be any copies to go around once the book's released soon. So pretty soon it's going to be released. If you don't have your pre-ordered Brain Saver books, both the Protocol and Brain Saver, you may not get it for a long time, okay? Anyway, and Amazon.com right now, that's where they are. Brain Saver and Brain Saver Protocols, 2 books at the same time. I was told I was the only author that did 2 books at the same time on this scale. They said you just always break the rules. Sue Goldberg says, why do children's teeth sometimes come in and are discolored, slightly yellow? Because of deficiencies from the past, toxins that are passed down from mom and dad. Yes, both the husband too, or father, and both the mom, both parents. So the toxins are passed down, things like DDT and different pesticides, toxic heavy metals. And usually with kids, it's toxic heavy metals that are passed down. If you guys don't have the Brain Saver books, both of them, there's 2 of them, pre-ordered, you might want to take a look at Amazon.com, look for Brain Saver, look for both books. There's 2 separate pages on Amazon. Chilled Pill says, isn't that just genetics passing down toxins? No, it's not. Genetics aren't passing down toxins, but we pass down toxins physically. So yeah, in utero, sperm and egg, toxins. That's how it's done. Yep. So pretty cool, you guys. I'm glad you mentioned the books. I know I haven't been talking about the Brain Saver books, but I want to. It's just that I wanted to get the podcast up and running, the season, right? Look, they want to blame everything on genetics. That's how they do it, because it's an easy sell, right? Such an easy sell. If you look like your parents or look like your relatives, then it's like an easy sell. It's got to be genes. Everything is genes, right? But we pass down generation after generation viruses, Epstein, Barr, toxic heavy metals, different viruses, different pathogens, right? So, and all this is passed down from generation to generation. Sometimes a family can be exposed to all the same stuff. So they all get sick with similar things as time goes on because they were exposed to all these different things, right? So that's important to know. So yeah, anyway, you guys know I care about you greatly. I'm going to have my bowl of sugar, if you don't mind. Because what I do is, you guys, I'll tell you how the medical medium eats, okay? He doesn't eat all this, right? Medical medium eats a whole giant bowl of brown sugar 6 times a day. I don't. I'm only kidding. I don't. And neither does anybody else. But what people do is they eat all the fats and the additives and the chemicals with the sugar, and it's all that acidic fat and everything else. You can be a healthy vegan person, like you're into health and you're like, hey, I'm vegan, I'm into health, I'm doing my nut proteins, I'm doing keto vegan, I got no processed foods, and your teeth can still fall out. And guess what? The dentist would be like, it was because you're vegan. It wasn't because you're vegan. It's because everybody's focused on too many fats, too many proteins, and they have too many deficiencies, and they're not fixing them. And they're not getting those alkaline minerals in. They're not getting the celery juice in. They're not getting the heavy metal detox smoothie in. They're not getting the stuff in they need. They're not getting the chemicals and the metals and the pathogens out of their body. They could be a vegan dude, a vegan gal, whatever, and boom, they're sick. Now they're 32 years old and they're getting sick. Teeth are going bad. It's just people don't get it. Same thing with animal protein people. It's the same thing. I'm not taking sides. Dior says, dentist said that I had 2 cavities on my upper teeth. I told them to wait 2 months before I get the x-ray. For 2 months, every time I drank my celery juice, I held it in my mouth for a while, which is an incredible piece of information. We love that. When I got my x-ray, it didn't show the cavities he mentioned from 2 months ago. Oh my God. Now you see it, now you don't. Yvette says, can't wait to get my Brain Saver books. Yay! You're amazing. Austin, good to see you. You're amazing. Austin says, all this food looks like a heart attack waiting to happen. Yes. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack bite right here. Austin, would you like to share this cake with me? Austin, me and you will sit down. I'll take half, you take half, right? We just won't tell anybody. Just keep it a secret. You can do that. You guys, newsletter, weekly videos, newsletter, right? And what I do on the weekly newsletter videos, every week, I do an exclusive video on the Medical Medium newsletter. Go to medicalmedium.com, sign up to the newsletter. Plus, you'll get notifications when my next podcast is coming out. You guys, coming out with a new podcast episode next week. And you got to get ready for the ride because that's going to be an insane one. Cloud Swoop says, my son gets canker sores from oranges. Any ideas? What I've noticed what happens is that, okay, if you have the canker sore virus, right, it doesn't like to be killed off. So it doesn't like to be killed off. And fruit will start killing off canker sore virus. Canker sore virus is in the herpetic family, right? That means it's already in your mouth, okay? So what I would do is you can ask your doctor, but what I tell friends all the time, right, is a couple of things. Celery juice is critical because it kills off as well, all right? Another thing, it's like what I would tell a friend is there gluten in the diet? Because if there's gluten in the diet, then the canker sores can happen no matter what. And then if you are eating an orange, you think it's the orange. If you are eating a banana, you think it's a banana. If you are eating avocado, you think it's an avocado. But the point is there gluten in the diet ever? Is there dairy in the diet ever? This is what I ask friends when their kids have canker sores. Is there gluten, dairy, corn, gluten, dairy, soy, milk, cheese, butter, eggs? If any of that's in the diet, it feeds the canker sore virus, the herpetic canker sore virus. So it's a crapshoot. Whatever you're eating, it's just going to break out when it's going to break out. That's what I tell a lot of doctor friends and also friends and family members. So yeah, anyway, you guys, listen, keep a light heart. Know that I care. I'm really proud of all you guys. So much so, really. And get a chance to listen to, okay, yeah, Uma Callie says Alien Podcast. Uma, I got a big surprise. It's not going to be next week. It's going to be an incredible podcast next week coming out. But I am really considering doing the Alien Podcast episode. I'm already on it. All right, you guys. Care about you much. Check out the teeth episode when you get a chance. Bless your heart. Take care, you guys.